Okay, this will be the Mac version of Excel Chapter 12. And so if you have not downloaded the working files from Chapter 12, make sure you do that, please. So if you go right here to working files, oops, that's 13. So we want to go to Chapter 12. We want to go to the working files, and there are only 2 files to download, so make sure that you download them. So remember, you click on the download, or you click on the file, you go to the 3 dots, open in a new window, and you click on download. Okay, and so you can see it down here that it's downloading, and my little computer right here by my trash can, it has my downloads file. If you do not have that, okay, if you minimize that Excel screen and click on your desktop, and you will get this Go. All right, and if you go to Go, there's your downloads folder. Okay, and so there is the file right there. Now, hopefully you created a folder that says Chapter 12, and all you will have to do is drag that file into the Chapter 12 folder. Okay, so make sure that you have both of those files downloaded before we start the step-by-step. So stop the video right now and download both of those files into your Chapter 12 folder, wherever you have your Chapter 12 folder saved. It could be in your downloads folder, it could be anywhere. Okay, just make sure you have a folder that says Chapter 12. All right, and then we are going to go into our Chapter 12, and we are actually going to open the one that says Fourth Coffee Financial History. And so that is the one that we're going to open. So when you double click on that, Excel is going to open up. Now I'm going to drag Excel open so that you can see. Okay, hopefully you can see my whole entire screen. I'm not positive if you can see the gray menu up here at the top, but just know that I'm talking about the menu when I say file. It's the gray file, and that is where we're going to do some of our settings. Okay. Okay, in Chapter 12, what we are doing is we are going to create charts and tables, like pie charts, and we will do some pivot stuff, but I don't know that how much of the pivot stuff we will use, because we cannot do pivot charts on a Mac. So if we get to that point, and I will let you know what we're skipping. Okay, so what we want to do first is, with your Fourth Coffee Financial History open, we want to select B2, okay, through B8. All right, so we have these, I lied to you, B2 through B8. And so it's just this column right here. All right, and so that is the 2014 data. Now we're going to go up here to insert on the green. All right. Now, if really quick before we start this, if you will notice, I now have these chart names, and so I want you guys to do the chart names also. And let me see if I can remember how to do it, because I created a video last week about it, but I don't know if I uploaded it to you. So I think if you go to Preferences under Excel up in the gray, and you go to Preferences, okay, and then click on View. Where did I do it? Right here where it says Group Titles. In the ribbon, show Group Titles. Okay, so make sure you click on that little check mark. And then you may have to close Excel and open it back up so that your chart or your group titles will show up. And I want you to do that so that when I tell you to go to a different group, it's there. So pause the video, do what I just did, Excel, Preferences, View, and then make sure you click on the group titles, and then you may have to shut down or close Excel and turn it back on. All right. so with this selected right here, B2 through B8, we are going to go up here, and in the charts group, you'll notice all these different charts. Now, if you hover, you should get a screen tip. It might take a little while for it to pop up, okay? We want to click on the pie chart. So we're going to click on that pull down menu, and it gives us several different options. And under the 2D, we're just going to do this very first one that's called pie. Okay, so you're going to click on it, and when you do that, it's going to insert a pie chart. And I am going to zoom in a little bit to make my stuff a little bigger because I can't see it, and I am old and blind. So you can actually move your pie chart or the chart around. Notice it has handles around the edge. Okay, when you're looking at this pie chart, if you hover over each slice, it's going to tell you what it is. Like right here, the biggest piece, it tells you that is the Series 1.1 value 2014. Okay, and this is called a legend. And so this tells you this is legend entry 1. So this is what it is. Now, the problem with this is what we have selected is the year, and we have the total. So this is the year and this is the total. And so that kind of doesn't give us the best information on a pie chart. So we are going to have to delete this chart. And so click, like if I clicked off of this and you clicked off your chart, click anywhere around the edge so you get the handles, and then use your keyboard to hit the delete key, and you're going to get rid of that chart. Okay, so now the reason we got rid of it is because you have to know what information you are selecting to chart. And we had this entire column, didn't tell us what anything was, and it gave us the year and the total, and we want to usually not do totals unless the totals are what we're wanting to chart. Okay, so we are going to change what we want to chart. We're going to select B3 through B7. So it's just this information right now is what we're going to chart. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to the pie, and we're going to click on the 2D pie again. Now notice it gave us a little different. Okay, and so this is a big one right here. It says value is $802, which is 51%, but it still doesn't tell us what is represented by that piece of pie. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we want to make sure that we also have the titles. Okay, so we're going to delete this chart again. So we're going to make sure it's selected, hit your delete key on your keyboard, and this time we are going to select A2 through B7. All right, so we are going to get the titles and also the information. And we're going to go back up to Insert, and this time we're going to do the pie chart again. Okay, and this time look at your pie chart. So your pie chart, if you hover over it, it now tells you that Series 1 is coffee and espresso, and it's $802. And notice your legend has changed, so it shows you that this light blue is coffee and espresso, and so that is what it shows. So notice this little tiny piece of slice in here. Okay, that's called coffee accessories. And so right here is your coffee accessories. And so notice that is what your new pie chart is. We want to move the mouse pointer to a blank area within the chart and drag the chart to move it below the data. So notice when you are in the chart area, you get a screen tip. Now if I'm over here, your screen tip tells you something else. If I hover over the chart title, it tells me that's the chart title. We want to be in the chart area. Okay, so a blank area and your mouse is a four-headed arrow. We're going to move this to where it is underneath our information. Okay, so we have it underneath our data. I'm going to move it just a little bit so I don't cover up any of this double underlines. All right, so this is where I put my chart. Okay, we're going to click outside of the chart So right here, so that it's not selected. And then what I want you to do is I want you to go up to the gray file. So up in your menu bar where it says gray, it's the gray file, and we want to go to print. So click on print so that we get a print preview. So you will see what this will print if we were to print it right now. So if we were to print it, it would give you exactly what you have on the page. It will give you your data, and then it will give you your chart. Okay? All right, we're going to, actually you can hit escape to get out of that print preview, or you can hit cancel. Either one will get the same thing, so we're good to go with that. Okay, if you want to print just an embedded chart, so now this is an embedded chart, and here in a second I'm going to show you what a not embedded chart is. Okay, so what I want you to do now is we're going to save as. So we're going to go up to the gray file, and we're going to select save as. Okay, now if your save as screen does not look like this, if it looks like this, click on this little caret at pull down menu at the end of this where it says 12/4, okay? Click on desktop. Make sure you go into your chapter 12 file. All right, and so these are going to be the two files that are in your chapter 12. If you do not have a chapter 12, make sure you have a chapter 12 on your desktop. You can click on desktop. You can click on new folder. It'll put a new folder in there, so you can do that. So I'm going to click on chapter 12 to make sure I have it in there. We are going to change the name. Remember, we want I'm going to capitalize. You don't have to. I'm just doing it for myself. Parton, that's your username. This one's going to be called 12 Charts Solution. Okay, and so that is the file name. And then you're going to go down here and hit save. So hopefully all is good and we're good to go. Okay, the last thing on this video we're going to do is we want to click on the chart so that it has handles, okay? And we are going to move this chart to its own sheet. So you'll notice down here at the bottom, you see where it says sales. We're going to make a new chart sheet, okay? With this chart selected, we're going to go up here to where it says chart design. Okay, and if you go clear over here to the right, you will see where it says move chart. So we're going to click on that. Now notice we can move our chart to its new sheet, and the new sheet we are going to call it 2014 Pi. Okay, and so once you have it named 2014 Pi, we're going to click OK. And notice it moved the chart to its own sheet. And so right here we have 2014 Pi and we have sales. Okay, so that's how you move a chart to its own sheet. Okay, hit save so you can go up here on the green and just hit that save button since we've already saved our file. And that's it for this video. We will continue on in the next one.